Lately, I have been feeling overwhelmed. Yes, folks, that's me, the driver of the struggle bus. Get on. There's a seat for everyone. There's so much going on right now in the world. Personally, life has its ups and downs. There are just things I need to weather right now, like all of us, and I am feeling it. And let me tell you something. The last thing I want to do when I am on the struggle bus, singing songs with all the people on the struggle bus, is think about cleaning. Because some of you probably know this about me. I hate cleaning to begin with. So it's a big struggle for me on my best day, but I still have to keep my house looking decent. So what do I do? What do you do? What do we do? In this video, I'm going to talk about strategies for cleaning when you are on the struggle bus or when you are feeling low emotionally or demotivated. Let's get into it. The first strategy is to just be real and honest with yourself. It's very easy to look around your home and feel stressed and overwhelmed and feel like you need to do it all. This is going to be a running theme of this video. But what I need you to do and what I need to do when I'm in these moments is just be realistic and honest. What can I do today? And what is realistic for me to expect of myself today? I can't do it all. Some days I can, and some days I can't. So fine tune that expectation. Next up, be aware of your inner voice. Now, we're all somewhat familiar with that inner voice of ours. It comes out when we're trying on new outfits or out in public, looking at just about anything. But when we're cleaning or trying to get motivated to clean, the inner voice can rear its ugly head and say things like, you don't have time for that. You don't know how to do that. Shouldn't someone else be doing that? And it can just go on and on and on. So if you hear your inner voice starting to pipe up, and that inner voice loves to come out when you're feeling down, you need to tell that inner voice to zip it, clamp it, put it in its own pocket. That inner voice just needs to leave. So put it in check, and then you can move on. Now, I know when I'm struggling, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, and it's also hard to know where to start. And I think so many of us struggle with that when it comes to cleaning. We're just like, there's so much to do. How do I get cracking? So rather than sitting down and writing out a list, because I think that can actually add to the overwhelm sometimes, what you can do is just put 5 minutes on the clock and hit the first thing that you see. Just give yourself that 5, go at it full force, and when your alarm goes off, see what you've accomplished, and then see how you feel. If you have another 5 minutes in you, set the timer again, give it 5 more minutes. And if you don't, you've done enough for today. Stop and keep moving. I think a lot of it has to do with building that muscle as well. Like when you're really struggling, even 5 minutes can feel excruciating. But if you can prove to yourself that you just got 5 minutes under your belt and you actually accomplished some really great work, well, that's something. And that might help build your confidence and build your motivation so that you can actually do bigger cleaning spurts. I know when I need outfit inspo, hair inspo, makeup inspo, I will go online and I will see what other people are doing. So we can employ this same tactic right here with cleaning. Now, it is weird to watch my own self on YouTube clean to get motivated, but I have friends in this space who I will sometimes turn on and I'll be like, if she's doing it or if he's doing it, I can do it too. So if you're struggling with motivation, something else you can try is to turn your favorite cleaning creator on, whether it's me or it should be me or anyone else who is out there that inspires or motivates you. But yeah, let us do the heavy lifting for you and our influence can rub right off. This is an example of a positive influence from an influencer. I did mention the pain points of creating a to-do list before, and I want to just expand on that a little bit here. Because one strategy is to create a to-do list. That can feel extra. And then another strategy is to not create a to-do list and just pick one thing to focus on. So this is apart from the whole 5-minute thing. If you would prefer to go task-based instead of time-based, just pick one thing to do. I'm gonna vacuum. That's it. That's all you need to do. And when your vacuuming is done, you can then assess how you feel and say, do I have it in me to do something else? And if you do, then you might say, I'm gonna dust, or I'm gonna do some laundry, like whatever it is, just go one at a time. And then that way you don't have to look at a large overwhelming list and only check one thing off out of a list of 27. That doesn't feel so great. Rather, if you just choose one thing and make that your focus, then you can get that done and feel good. Last weekend, I had some rather good luck with cleaning. I went on a cleaning rampage and it lasted for about 2 hours. And when these special moments happen in my life, I don't question them, I just let them be. But then I do a bit of a post-mortem after, and I'm like, what happened there that I was so successful with cleaning? Because trust me, these moments don't happen often. And what I realized is rather than planning, which is actually something I talk about a lot here on the channel because it's a strategy that really works for a lot of folks. I actually didn't plan. I didn't overthink it. I just went. And I went with my gut. I looked around, I was like, that's messy, I gotta deal with it. Oh, there's this over here, gotta deal with that. Laundry, done. This thing needs to go to the basement. And I was just like all over the place. And I can't say that that makes sense all the time if we're thinking about being the most efficient when we're cleaning. For example, in the cleaning company, there's no way I would train someone to clean that way. But for me, it just seems like that's what I needed. I needed no plan, I needed to not overthink, and I needed to just do. And sometimes that is the best way to get something done. Benjamin Franklin, he was a chicken guy, right? He had a quote that went like this: don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. And while he had a very successful chicken franchise, what we do know is that sometimes you do need to put things off. You just do. Okay, Benjamin, you just do. For the record, I do know who Benjamin Franklin is. Okay. Something else for you to consider is a good day versus a bad day. We have to know our days. And if you're having a good day, maybe that's a good day for you to clean. If you're having a bad day, that's a good day for you to do self-care. And for some of us, cleaning is self-care. For me, I gotta admit, I do not feel that way about cleaning. But on a day where I am feeling good, that is the day when I can task myself with cleaning. On a day when I am feeling bad, I have to do something else to get my mind out of wherever it is. So just know your limits. Know what the good days are, what the bad days are, and how to work with yourself in those days. And if you're having a bad day, don't press yourself about cleaning unless you love doing it, in which case just rewind this 25 seconds. Now you know what I do when I'm feeling a little bit struggly when it comes to cleaning, but I'd love to know in the comments down below, what do you do when you're feeling a lack of motivation or you're having a really hard time getting started with cleaning? Let me know in the comments down below. And remember, the comments section is really there to help everyone else in the Clean My Space community. So what you say really does matter. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.